All right, let's dive straight into this explainer and equip you with the exact strategies you need to finally break out of the rigged system and defeat the ultimate villain, your debt. We're basically going to treat this exactly like an animated heist movie. You know, we need a crew, we need a solid plan, and we absolutely need to execute it flawlessly to steal back your financial freedom. We're going to make it fun, make it functional, and most importantly, make it fast.
So, to really understand why this heist is so incredibly crucial, we have to look at the trap you might currently be stuck in. Imagine you're sitting on $50,000 in credit card debt. At a 27% interest rate, that debt is literally draining over $1,000 a month in interest alone. That means $1,000 of your hard-earned money just vanishes into thin air every single month before you even touch the actual principal balance. It's secretly bleeding your accounts dry in the background.
Personal finance expert Ramit Sethi really hits the nail on the head here. The whole system is completely designed to keep you trapped in a burning house, draining your cash through sneaky fees and ridiculously high rates. The math is quite literally rigged against you. So doing the same old thing, just skipping a coffee here and there, that's not going to put out the fire. We need a massive, highly coordinated attack.
Section 1. Face the debt monster.
We are officially initiating the first phase of our heist, which means stepping out of the fog and looking this monster directly in the eye. Look, we get it. A lot of people just toss their credit card statements in the trash or instantly swipe away those email notifications. Avoiding it gives you this temporary false sense of relief, but taking ownership, even if it's totally terrifying, is the only way to build a winning battle plan. You literally cannot defeat what you refuse to acknowledge. And here is the exact blueprint for your attack. You need to sit down, take a deep breath, and lay out every single debt by mapping out 4 specific numbers: the total balance, the interest rate, the minimum monthly payment, and your total monthly take-home pay. Once you have this map completely laid out on the table, the fog lifts. You can finally see exactly where you're taking the most damage and exactly what kind of firepower you have to fight back.
Section 2. Choose your weapon.
Now that your map is on the table, you can't just randomly fire money at different bills and hope for the best, right? It's time to arm yourself with one of 2 highly effective, proven weapons to destroy this debt: the debt snowball or the debt avalanche. You really have to figure out what drives you. Are you motivated by quick, emotional victories, or do you want to ruthlessly conquer the math? Let's break down how these operate. First off, we've got the debt snowball. Financial educator David Bach also calls this the DOLP method, done on last payment. With this weapon, you completely ignore the interest rates. Forget about them. Instead, you line up your debts from the smallest balance to the largest. You just pay the minimums on everything else, and you throw every single extra dollar at that tiny balance until it's totally obliterated. If you're someone who really needs psychological momentum, the debt snowball is 100% your best bet. As finance expert George Campbell points out, knocking out those small debts gives you those sweet, quick wins. It's exactly like a snowball rolling down a hill. Eliminating that first small debt gives you the massive adrenaline and hope you need to tackle the giant ones later. Actually, people who use this method become debt-free on average in just 18 to 24 months.
But hey, if you prefer cold hard math, you need your alternative weapon, the debt avalanche. This method is all about stopping the financial bleeding as efficiently as possible. Instead of targeting the smallest balance, you go straight for the throat of the debt with the absolute highest interest rate first. By systematically eliminating your most expensive debts, you end up saving thousands of dollars in interest over the lifetime of your payoff.
So it really boils down to this. Do you want to crush the behavioral side of things and gain crazy momentum with the snowball? Or do you want to outsmart the math and maximize your cash with the avalanche? Pick your fighter and fully commit to the strike.
Moving right along to Section 3. Go on the offensive.
Listen, you can't just suffer and starve your way out of debt by endlessly skipping your morning lattes or trying these extreme no-spend months. Pure willpower. It's eventually going to break you. You can only restrict your lifestyle so much before you just snap. So, instead of constantly obsessing over $3 decisions, we need to focus on $30,000 decisions. We're talking big wins that drastically alter your cash flow without the daily suffering. It's time to execute some rapid-fire maneuvers to fund this heist. First, pick up the phone right now, call your bank, and ask for a lower APR. Seriously, a 5-minute call can save you thousands. Next, try negotiating your rent down, which is totally possible in a lot of cities right now. Third, sell that ridiculous weekender truck or extra car you never actually use. And finally, go on the absolute ultimate offense. Ask for a raise at work to bump up your overall earning firepower.
You also need to plug the hidden leaks in your getaway vehicle. Dive straight into your Apple ID settings and ruthlessly slash every single unused subscription or forgotten app trial. While you're at it, lock down your personal data with tools like Delete Me to protect yourself from scams that can completely wreck your finances. Then, and this is key, instantly redirect all that recovered subscription cash directly into your debt attack plan.
Section 4. Automate your attack.
Okay, we've chosen our weapon and we've set the explosive charges by freeing up all this cash. But relying on your human memory every single month to make these payments? That's a total rookie mistake. We need to completely automate the detonation. David Bach has a brilliant realization here. Unless your plan is automatic, it'll fail. Think about it. Credit card companies, the gyms, streaming services, they are already pulling your money automatically. They don't wait for you to remember. You have to turn the tables and automate your own rescue. You've got to build a system that works for you while you sleep. Set it up so that the exact second your paycheck hits your account, boom, your massive debt payment fires off automatically. You want this happening before you can even see the money or get tempted to spend it. Then make sure your essential bills are auto-paid right after. Just take your own willpower entirely out of the equation.
Section 5. Life after debt.
The smoke clears, the monster is defeated, and your balances finally hit zero. But listen very closely. If you don't secure the loot and fortify your base right now, you'll end up right back in the trap. Based on David Bach's strategy of paying yourself first, here's your post-debt defense grid. Redirect all those aggressive payments into these automated buckets. 12.5% of your income goes to your future and retirement. 5% goes to a safety or emergency fund, another 5% goes to a dreams account for things like vacations, and the remaining 77.5% covers your automated living expenses.
The absolute most important rule here: do not Tokyo drift your way back into debt. Celebrate your huge victory, for sure. But as George Camel warns, do not go run back to Outback Steakhouse and finance a bloomin' onion on a credit card just because your balance suddenly says zero. Do not undo 18 months of intense, hard work in a single weekend of reckless celebrating.
Instead, take that massive amount of freed up cash and let your money compound and grow. You want to build an absolute fortress of long-term wealth by consistently investing in broad, diversified index funds. Our sources mention some real powerhouses, like VTI for the total US stock market, V for the global market, and QQQ for top tech companies. Just automate these investments, sit back, and watch your wealth scale up without you having to lift a finger.
You have the blueprint, you know the tactics, and the map is crystal clear. The heist is ready to execute. Now that those heavy chains of debt are completely destroyed, the only real question left is, what incredible things are you going to do? And what does your rich life truly look like now that you are finally free?